180 and suddenly what a crack, and the engine stopped. My name is Arslan Khan. I lived in UAE from last 27 years, and you can say studied here, then university here, college here. So getting into the car life, did not know anything. My father had a Toyota Celica, green color. It was in 1986. I was like 2 years, 3 years. I didn't know about nothing, and I saw my photos and all week. Basically, like you can say, by 2002, 2003, the Fast and Furious came out. Get all the guys crazy and all, and we are like, okay, come on, we have to make the car like that. At that time, my father bought it Chevrolet Caprice, 1986 model, white color, and I used to do every shit in that car. Brake pads, everything. I used to start doing it. There was no YouTube, no BlackBerry, no social media at that time. And I used to, like, we are sitting free. School jana, wapas aana, homework karke khatam. So I called one of my friends. He's like, you have any cheap chase car, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I had the cash at that time. He said, I have a Honda. I said, okay. He said, I have manual. I said, okay. And after the incident, he said, come and see the car. And like, he used to live me like two blocks away. And I finished my work with mom and I went to see the car. And it's like 2-door, coupe, Honda Accord, black color. I didn't know he had a H22 inside in that. And he said, like, thoda polishing chahiye, repaint chahiye, rims iske thode chrome. There was no fog lights and all, and I said okay, 3,000. I bought the car for him. At the same time I started, little missing was there. He said you'll drive it, then it's missing because it's been standing from 6 months. When I drove the car, I gave first gear and like I said, what is this? I was like crazy. I was excited. And I'm like, so first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear I'm doing. I didn't know about shit about V-Tec at that time. And the next day I call him. I said, Arslan his name is, and we call him Achu. He's like, H22 dude. I said, what H22? And I googled it, an H22 engine, and basically it's an Integra's engine in Honda Integra. Basically it comes like F20A single cam engine, and I have installed the H22 with the LSD gear, and I have done all the things. And I said, I want to learn from you. All of us learn from this guy. Everything. At night, 3 o'clock, he used to call me. I used to be with him. I used to be at his house. We were changing axle, we were changing gears, engine and all. That was my first Accord, by the way. I cancelled it. Basically what happened by this first car, engine blew up. The oil filter, where you're changing the oil filter, they had a seal inside. It would start leaking, and I was like careless. Okay, I'll just top up the oil. I won't change it. One day I'm coming back from home and I see a new Bumblebee Camaro with the old Ford Mustang 2007 or 2006 model, and they were having a race. And I saw them and I think, okay, Camaro beat Mustang, so I can beat him. From 5 to 3rd, and like, and I'm catching him, and I just caught and left back, followed him. He's back, the Camaro's front. I will go from, because my car used to go 180 to km/h, and it was like 200 speed. And I'm catching the Camaro, and I like suddenly I can feel my car is starting to be a little heavy, and like my car is like 180 and the RPM is 6,000, 180, and suddenly what a crack, and the engine stopped. My gear also stopped at that time. I clutched it, neutral, and like left it. I can see 100, 120, 180, it's coming, and I stop at the right. I open the hood, and I had 1 liter oil for the extra. When I open the cap for the engine, and I'm seeing poof, white smoke. Okay, oil. And I'm start cranking it. It's not cranking. The lights are going off, everything. And I call my dad, and he was nearby only. So I left the car at that time at night. Next day I called Achu and all, and we started digging up the engine. We opened the head, and I'm like 1, 2. Where's 3 and 4? And he's like, this is your 4th, this is your 3rd piston. And it's like little stone. And I said, where's the connecting rod? He's like, it's bent like this. And I said, oil. He said, like, there's no oil in your car. It just flushed out. And I remember when I was like crossing 180 and on the meter gauge, the oil indicator used to be like slightly blinking at that time. I just, okay, it happens sometimes. Maybe the wiring issue or not. And I left the car. I just like this broke it. I didn't have any funds for that car, and I part out the car at that time. Interior, anything they wanted, rims, brunk trims, and it was like just a shell. Then after learning with him, and I started doing by myself at home. I was crazy about sound system. I had 2 tubes for JBL, Honda head unit, amplifier, 1000 volts mono, 1000 volts stereo, 6 speakers, 3 TVs, head unit, and back screen. I was crazy about red and black. My interior was red and black, custom made. I had the stripes like Corvette on the fender, red and black. My rims were white on Type R rims at that time. Second Accord, how did I find it? We were at the clock tower area, and I seeing this Honda Accord, same color, and it was pure stock, and it was dirty. And I saw that one Babaji Pathan driving in that hot afternoon, and I said, I lowered my window and I was like, Babaji, gaadi pe cheka, haan pe cheka gaadi, side pe khada karo. And we just stopped at the side, and then we discussed like, so next day arranged the cash. I called Babaji. We went to Tasjeel. And after that, the first car, I owned it on my name. That was the second Honda Accord. And it was 1992 model. The older one was 1993 models. I drove it for 8 months. And I'm planning by Achu is like pumping me. Change the engine, change the gear, at least change the rims, do something on your car. I said, I don't have funds anything. And he used to keep me saying that, inshallah it will happen. And one day what happened, I came to the work and I start seeing like my RPM is slipping. Alhamdulillah, it doesn't happen on the highway. I came to the work, I parked the car and I'm seeing like the gear oil pipes coming to the radiator. It was torn off and all the transmission oil was coming out and the gear started slipping. And I asked him, Achu, गाड़ी में से gear oil निकल रहा है. He's like, किधर से निकल रहा है? मैं कहा ये जो radiator के पास pipe जाता है, कहता मसला नहीं, मैं ड्यूटी खत्म करे आता हूँ. I waited for around like 1 hour. He came, he cut it and he made it again, and we went to the petrol pump again, bought transmission oil again, refilled it, and he said we'll drove to home. When I reached home, it became normal, but it slipped. Once the gear is slipped, automatic, you can't do anything. It starts slipping. Achu called me. It's like, I found an engine for you with the gear and it's H22. Even I don't know what number it is, showing me P5M. I said like, Achu, this is something different. It had the red top. The computer number is P5M. It's not P13. We used to know that. This is something new. How much is giving it? He's like, it's very cheap. 2,500 board deal with the LSD gear. I said, I don't have cash. He said, okay, I have cash for you. I'll buy it for you. Pay me end of the month. Okay, I said, okay, I can do that. And so he bought the engine gear for me. He loaded it on the pickup, drove it to my home. I kept it in my balcony. Before getting the engine, I told my Achu, like, Achu, automatic. He's like, we can do it on manual. We'll change it to manual. Not an issue for us. He's like, not an issue. Okay, fine. He said, I'll buy all the stuff for you. Just pay me end of the month. That's all. I'll make all the deals for you. Okay. This guy used to finish his work at 4:30, 5 o'clock. He's in the scrap yard Sanaya and buying stuff for my car. And mashallah, in 3 months, we stock all the stuff what we needed. And I said, where will do it? He said, my brother's working with someone. He has a farmhouse in Zubair area. And I remember first time we went there, yeah. He said, we'll go there. He had made a shed, like a small type garage, and we'll do our thing. And Zuhaib joined me, we call him Don at that time. And Akil also came. Within 1 week, we dismantled the car. Everything we changed it. And next day, we start doing the manual transmission. And alhamdulillah, in 1 week, we transformed the car to manual with an S22 Type S P5M computer. And first start was like amazing. On the meter, the automatic P, it started blinking. He said, don't worry, I'll get it done. It will not show me. And he said, come, we'll go for try. And I said, we just started for 1 hour. He said, no, it's a second-hand engine. Don't worry. It's not new, brand new. So you have to drive 1,000 miles and all. First gear when I did, and it's like crazy. Go to my house with my car. I'm driving. He's with me. We went to his house because he had the S22 black top P13. And he said, I want to try with your car. We were like neck and neck till one time. I was like half fender front. He said, now you know why your engine is more powerful. That's a different ECU thing. And the horsepower is because when we went to the farm, the piston head just little 1 inch little higher for getting more horsepower. I had an accident. The accident was the same thing. I was racing and basically my gear engine mounts were broken. And what happened at that time, the engine fell on the ground, hit the firewall, and like I went to the ditch and I saved that engine at that time. Then again, Achu found me. One of his customer had the same Honda Accord and that was 93, same bone stock and a maroon interior. And I bought it for 2,000. And that's the way when the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift came at that time. I want to make my car like that. Lambo doors, shining and all. No racing finish. Racing concept was finished for me. DX Garage, which is known as Extreme Garage at that time, they introduced new Honda Civic. It was like 2002 with the flashy colors and all, mixing and all. And I said, I need this color. At that time, I got 17 inches rims. It was low profile 235/35 ZR 17. And I went to Ahmed Bhai, and I was the first guy in UAE to get the fluorescent green at that time. I was like so excited, I need it. And he called me, the rims are ready, but you have to take tomorrow. I said, no, Ahmed Bhai, I'm coming right now. And I need to put new tires. Took the rims, went to the tire guy. I told him, don't scratch it. The best part, my car is expired for 1 year. It has no insurance. The multi-X expired, and I'm driving it daily. And I have like the gauges over here, gauge here, and I have an exhaust, Toyota Supra exhaust. I installed the rims, and same, when you need to show off, you come to Sharjah. I came to Sharjah Hera Cornish. I parked my car, tank full, and I see this Anjad police. He just seeing my car and he left. I said, okay, fine. I don't know, he was waiting for me outside. And luckily, I had the passing paper, that's all. I came outside on the main road and he was like, come here. He stopped me and he's like, what is this too much? It's like shining on the eyes. It's like glittering. I said, it's fluorescent green new. This is the garage they did my paint. He took my Malkiya license, and he's like passing paper. He said, why didn't you do insurance? Do insurance, drive it. But he said, like, now my mudir is sitting next to me, so I have to issue a fine to you for 400. I said, okay. And I was so scared, I drove back to home. Next day, I'm seeing like in BBM, we had a JDM club group and all, and everyone was talking about one green color Accord was there yesterday. Police stopped him, and I'm seeing all the drama, all the movies. Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm not saying it's my car at that time. I'm reading. At that one point, that's my car. No way, he stopped you. What did he ask you? You got fine. I pictured the fine and all. I stopped racing. Now I'm on modification time. Slowly. Alfin, at that time, Alfin opened the shop. He had the front lip, back lip and all. So I went to the customizing, sound system, going to the shows, Mamza shows and all. And racing, I stopped at that time. And the same time, I joined the Autodrome also for marshalling at that time. We used to be marshal, that you know that. We had the old Ford Ranger and all. While there was nothing, we used to get kartings, free sessions. Accord was my favorite, by the way. I used to cross Sahara Center, park my car, jack it up, three fingers up, Sharjah. Coming on the weekend, coming back to Dubai, cross Sahara Center Bridge, park it, three fingers down, full load, roaming in Mamzar. And at that time, one time I got it tired, like every time I have to do that. Many guys had the oil system, air suspension at that time, then they had the oil one and all. I could not afford it. And I used to see this Lexus guys, and he had this 96 golden color with 18-inch Najma rims, what do you call them, and slammed to the ground. And I said, I need this car. And I was tired from Honda. My Honda started giving me issues, engine wiring shorts and all, and I kept it at home. I started looking for Lexus, just saving enough cash to get it. At that time in 2011 and 2012 was starting. I started parting out the car, the engine wiring and all stuff. In 2012 November, one of my friend was in charge as Sanaya, and I was at the work, and he sent me a car's Lexus picture from the back. It's in the container, and I told him, stop that guy, take the car, pull the car out, see it inside, and I'm coming. I finished my work at 1 o'clock, so I came and saw the car. It was green, metallic green, and the beige interior. And on 23 or 25th November, I got registered the car, brought it to the shop, showed my uncle, my father, everyone. And the next day I got to work for some work in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai and all. And that one day I did around 800 kilometers on that Lexus. Like from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi to Al Ain to Abu Dhabi, then back to Dubai, then to Al Queen, and back to home. Like one day I was driving, and not even a single time I got tired. And I fell in love with Lexus.